Okay, hey everybody, this is Super Dominator 45, and I just wanted to show you my Nintendo Wii and Nintendo GameCube collection, and maybe afterwards I'll show you my Nintendo 64 collection, like I never mentioned, because I do own a Nintendo 64 right there. This is a Pikachu one, and this is the green one, so I have two of them, actually, as well as two Xboxes, so yeah. I did the same thing by buying two Xboxes, is because my PlayStation 2 broke down for some reason, but so we pretty much decided to get another Xbox so we could do random stuff together, like machinimas and shit. So, without further delay, let's get to the GameCube games. First one, Battalion Wars. Very fun game. It's like playing with toys. You know, those little green army guys from Toy Story? Yeah. This game's a lot of fun, but the semi-last level is insane. Trust me. It took me hours and hours to beat the semi-final level. So, alright. What's next? Mario Kart Double Dash. Pretty fun game. It's even got the best Rainbow Road. But, you know, I totally agree. This game actually... What the hell? How did Mario Party 8 get in there? Oh, well, we'll get to that afterwards. But anyways... yeah. Mario Kart Double Dash. Fun game. It's got twice the action, twice the more battle modes, and yeah, some people were kind of disappointed that some of the battle modes that were awesome were not included in the later Mario Kart games. So, yeah, that's it. Super Mario All-Star Baseball, or I read that wrong. Mario Superstar Baseball. Now, this game I literally used to play as well as my brother did, but unfortunately it doesn't work anymore for some reason. The one on the Wii is actually kind of nice as well, but that's a totally different story. Moving on. Okay, Shrek 2. Yeah, based on one of the best movies ever made. Includes Puss in Boots, Donkey, and Shrek, as well as some of the other characters that were never mentioned in the film. Oh, look at this! Activision. Yeah, you can see that there. Anyways, decent multiplayer game, very decent platformer, decent beat 'em up and shit. And stuff, man. I heard Shrek 3, the game, was pretty good as well. I used to have it, but then we sold it. So, yeah. I'm not talking about the third film. I'm talking about Shrek the Third, the game. But other than that, Shrek 2 is actually pretty good. Mario Party 7. Now, this one is actually more fun than Mario Parties 5 and 6, in my opinion. I don't own Mario Party 4 or the Nintendo 64 games 1 through 3. Yeah, this one's got some decent minigames, some of which are fun, like right here, what you're seeing. Right, as well as right here. I like the team games, as well as the 4 against 4 minigames. Well, yeah, I pretty much only own 4 Mario Parties, 5 through 8. And we'll get to the other ones in a moment. Lego Star Wars, the video game. This one's actually pretty nice. I mean, the game itself relives the episodes of Star Wars from 1 to 3. And I even have the complete Saga game as well. And don't worry, I'll get to that soon. But other than that, this is a pretty good game. It's also on PS2 and Xbox, I believe. And, yeah, we wrote on this because it's our game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody at the store is going to take this. Here I've got 2 copies of Need for Speed Underground, both the regular and player's choice versions. Both these versions are completely the same, but other than that, this is actually a pretty decent racing game. The only problem is the control. It really doesn't... Well, it's not exactly as hard to maneuver, but I do like the idea of having a customization option where you can, like, customize your ride in different races. I don't even know where the hell I got these from, but I'm pretty sure that they don't work anymore. So, yeah, throw those away. Okay. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yes, the GameCube one. The sequel to the first N64 game. This one's actually really good. It's actually more fun than the Nintendo 64 one. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but even another sequel was made called Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and I really gotta say, I love this huge crossover with all these Mario characters, as well as Pikachu. He's my favorite one. Even though I never saw him too much in the Pokemon games, but I did watch the 90s anime, and it's actually pretty awesome. The new ones kind of suck, though. So, other than that, Super Smash Bros. Melee, good game, awesome graphics, decent music, and okay. SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Yeah, based around the episodes from seasons 1 to 3. Sorry. Yeah, I love this game. I just love it. My only disappointment with this game is that there's only 3 boss battles. And the mini-bosses, yeah, you can't face them again. Which kind of disappoints me. Well, not to call this game such a disappointment, I just found that not being able to face the bosses again was a disappointment. But you can face off against the 3 main bosses, as well as the giant robo SpongeBob in the chum bucket. Other than that, good game. Moving on. The Incredibles, Rise of the Underminer. Now, I really wish this was a video... No, not a video game. I really wish this was a film rather than just a video game, because making it into a game was kind of senseless. But hey, at least it's a pretty decent beat 'em up. Twice the action, twice the danger, and twice the heroics. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so disappointed Pixar didn't make the sequel like this. If they made the movie sequel, I would be pleased, but other than that, I think this is a pretty decent game. Nothing too special, but almost as good as the first Incredibles game. Moving on. Okay, let's see. Luigi's Mansion. Now, this one was being hated so much. I mean, seriously, people have hated this game, and many critics have bashed it for what it is. Personally, I think Luigi's Mansion is a bit of a Ghostbusters ripoff. Yeah. Based on the TV show and the movies. Especially the third one, which we never got. Fortunately, I do agree that Luigi is a pussy. Yeah, just look at that face. And I also heard rumors that there's a sequel coming out for the 3DS. I don't know if it's gonna suck or not, but other than that, Luigi's Mansion, you might wanna, like, I don't know. You might like it, you might not like it, but you wouldn't say it's one of Luigi's best. At least it's better than those awful Mario is Missing game. I mean, seriously, that game was such a piece of shit. So, other than that, Luigi's Mansion is fun if you think of it as Ghostbusters. Okay, Star Wars The Clone Wars. Now, this one is pretty much based on after Episode 2. Yeah. As you can see, there's the action. You get to drive around in a tank or something, as well as fighting in a flying spaceship? Yes. Begun! The Clone Wars has. Jedi Master Yoda. Yes. For real... Hang on, let me see. Okay, the game's disc is in there. I don't really understand why the hell the inside looks like that. But other than that, this is a pretty awesome game. At least they got the John Williams music in it as well. But the game at least has some decent graphics. So, moving on. This one I already took a look at, so let's not bother. Star Fox Assault. Now, I just understood that this game got a bad review. I don't understand why people would hate this game. I mean, it's so awesome. I mean, look at it. Even the backside is more convincing. Yes, I can understand. The first level was a bit of a tease. First you're going around flying, and then afterwards you go on foot. Yes. This game literally came from Star Fox 64's on-foot battle mode. I like the huge arsenal of weapons in this game. They're actually quite helpful, but I just find them kind of useless at times, so yeah. Other than that, Star Fox Assault, awesome orchestra, awesome gameplay, solid graphics, and shit. Yeah. I'm really surprised. The game lives up to its title. So, let's move on. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3. Now, I don't own the first game for the N64, but I gotta say, Rebel Strike is actually okay. Yeah, this game actually puts you on foot sometimes, but not all the time, so yeah. I might as well just stick with the first two Rogue Squadron games. This one is actually kind of decent, actually. Nothing too special, but not as bad. Some people hate it, and some people don't. So, now NBA Live 06, yes, this is the overrated series of all time. I mean, seriously. Do you even play sports games like these? Well, fortunately, my brothers always played this, but I totally hated this game because of its control scheme. I mean, everything about this game was kind of senseless. But it's a pretty decent game if you're a real basketball fan. So, yeah, I'm just gonna pass on Mario Party 6. This is a pretty good Mario Party game. I thought they did. I mean, it's got nice mini games and all, as well as a huge array of characters to play as. Well, not as huge, but I can tell you, it's Mario Party. Well, I pretty much have the same to say for Mario Party 7, as well as this one. So, I'm not going to bother with the Mario Party games, because I already have a huge similarity with these. So, Kirby Air Ride, yeah, some people like this very much. And I personally like it myself. I mean, it's actually pretty fun when you're doing the racing mode, as well as the city trial, which is actually the best choice of the whole game. Yeah, no wonder. Best seller. You know, the city trial mode is actually the game's hook, as well as the racing mode. Yes, there is a top-down racer, but that's nothing that I care for. But otherwise, Kirby Air Ride, you might like it, you might not, but you wouldn't say it's one of HAL's best. Yeah, the little doggy with the eggs. Alright, I have 2 more games left, so let's get this done. Rogue Leader, aka Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. Now, people actually find this one to be better than not Mario Party, Rogue Squadron 3, because all you do is just fly around much like in Star Fox. Yes, it's the same as the first game, of which I don't own, like I said, but other than that, Rogue's Leader is actually awesome. Pretty awesome. Nothing too special, but awesome. Last but not least, SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie. Now, on my opinion, the film was okay, but for real, it could have been better. But this game is actually pretty nice. It's awesome. I really do like the multiple amount of levels in this game, as well as the driving segments, switching between characters at some parts of the game, and the plot is exactly the same as the movie itself. But other than that, like I said, the movie could have been better, but it was okay. Other than that, the game itself is awesome. I used to play it like hell all the time. Like, legitimately. So that's it. That's it for my GameCube games. Now to go to my Wii games. Call of Duty 3. Now, this is actually a real shitty version. Because, one, the graphics aren't as well as the Xbox 360 version, and second, there's no multiplayer. But everybody said that Modern Warfare was shit, and I really have to say, I own the other 3 games past World at War, and I heard rumors that there might be a Black Ops 2 as well. But I don't know what it's going to be like. So, yeah. We might as well have to wait. Other than that, Call of Duty 3, if you're going to buy Call of Duty, I'd say go for either the PlayStation or Xbox versions. Or the Nintendo GameCube version as well. Before this one. I mean, this one really isn't that good. But at least it's a decent shooter. Moving on. Wii Fit. Now, this is only perfect for exercise, so I really don't have much to say about this one. Okay, Boom Block's Bash Party, the sequel to the first game, and this one is actually a little too easy to buy stuff. But some of the levels are actually pretty harder than the last game. Personally, I think both games are fun, but this one is actually more superior to its predecessor. And don't worry, I'll get to that soon. And best part, Steven Spielberg. The guy who produced the Jaws, Jurassic Park, and the Indiana Jones movies, as well as E.T. and Peter Pan, and Jaws. Did I say Jaws twice? I think I did. Oh well. Donkey Kong Country Returns, aka DKC4. Now, this one actually happens to be a sequel rather than a remake. I mean, I really do love all of those random background shit. I love all that shit that happens in the background because it's it's like literally like something is happening out there. Like, for example, an airship pops up and then flies away, something crumbles, and then all of a sudden it's coming down or straight on you, and you have to escape very quick and all that shit. Yeah, I just love how the backgrounds are useful, are made in this game. They're really, really, really serious. Yeah, this game actually is harder than the first 3 games on the Super Nintendo. So fortunately, I can say Donkey Kong Country Returns is practically one of the best in the trilogy. But one problem. There's no Kremlings. Which is a huge disappointment. But there's also some two-player action as well, so I won't get to that. Lego Star Wars 3. Yes, based on the Clone Wars series. And takes place on seasons 1 to 2. Fortunately, people really don't like the Clone Wars series as much as my little brother does. And personally, this game is actually pretty good. It's got pretty decent graphics, pretty decent characters, and some really nice levels designed as well. I even like having the extra characters in the game as well, aside from the characters from the Clone Wars series. Other than that, I doubt the fact that there will be... Well, I doubt the fact that there won't be any Lego Star Wars 4, because the series is continuing on with Season 5. So, The Blob 2. Now, this one actually got a multi-console adaptation. As you see, I have the Wii one, and compared to its predecessor, the controls in here are a lot much better, but it's the same exact game as its predecessor. But the graphics are upgraded, as well as the control. It's a little more fluent, so I really don't have much to say, but it was a fun game. I don't really understand why they had to continue the story. But yeah. That's SpongeBob's Boating Bash. Yes, based around the new episodes from seasons 4 to 9, or something. And, you know, this is actually a bit of a Mario Kart clone. And the best part, you can customize over 100 boats. Well, there really isn't that many customization options to do. But other than that, SpongeBob Boating Bash is a bit of a mediocre Mario Kart clone, but it's actually pretty fun when you have a friend to play with it. Okay, Tatsunoko versus Capcom Ultimate All-Stars. Fucking awesome. I love the characters, I love the music, I love the art design, I love... I wonder if I can unlock Zero in this game. If he's on the cover of this game, then he's gotta be playable. Yeah, some of these characters are really weird. I never saw them before, but seriously, they're just weird. Especially Karis, who's sitting right there. And Beautiful Joe? Yeah. I heard that game was actually pretty good. Other than that, it's awesome. Great visuals, awesome music. Moving on. Okay, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Well, I really don't need to critique on this one because of what I said about Melee. So, we won't worry about this one too much. But other than that, it's actually a huge improvement over the second one. So, it's got nice music, nice graphics, and a huge array of characters as well. And my foot is really starting to sleep. Yeah. Moving on. Wii Sports. Now, this one I actually find fun when you have a friend. Especially when you're going to play boxing. And yes, I really understand. Wii motion control was pretty much more of a gimmick rather than a gesture back in the days. And I mean, seriously. I heard there were a lot of horrible games for the Wii, and yeah, 2007 wasn't a good year for the Wii. Other than that, Wii Sports is okay, but nothing special. Mario Kart Wii. Fun game with -3 characters. Yes, there are 25 characters in this game. And I didn't unlock all the vehicles. And I'll never know how. But other than that, this game actually has some really nice courses. So, yeah. Pretty good game. I already critiqued Mario Kart Double Dash, so we don't need to worry about this one. But it's not Double Dash this time, though, sadly. I like the idea of having the retro courses in the game. Now that's just something I call nostalgia. Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. All the episodes from 1 to 6. This game is a lot of fun. Seriously, I love the huge crossover with the episode, or the prequel trilogy characters with the original trilogy characters. I never saw the original trilogy at all, but I did see all the episodes. But fortunately, I did see all episodes from 1 to 6. As well as episode 1. Yeah, this one is a bit of a huge improvement over the other two games it was released. And this came before Lego Star Wars 3. Not a bad game at all. Wii Sports Resort. This game is actually okay. A huge improvement over the first Wii Sports game. And the only thing about this game is that it requires a Motion Plus. Yes, this game actually has Wii Motion Plus. Couldn't they have at least just called it Wii Sports Motion Resort? No, whatever. The only games I find more appealing and fun are these sword fights. They are so much fun. The rest of them I don't like too much. Except, but seriously, I don't really like the games too much, with an exception of the sword fights as well as archery. And the plane flying one. Yeah, fortunately, I liked 3 of the games in this game. Other than that, nothing too special. But still a huge improvement over the first Wii Sports. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Decent platformer, awesome graphics, great music, an epic final boss, and so forth. I love Kirby, and I actually did see the TV series, which I found to be an anime. So, I decided to buy some of the games for the Kirby because of how much I appreciated him. And I know you're gonna say the show was fucking stupid, but I kinda like this TV series, actually. But other than that, Kirby's Return to Dreamland is awesome. Never got anywhere near as good as this again. Or, at least, not on par with, never mind. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Now, this one happens to be underrated because, 1, you can't die. 2, you are unable to float, which is Kirby's major tradition. And 3, all the yarn is pretty much, well, kind of takes the game's feel away. It takes away Kirby's feel. But I do like this game very much. It's not really that disappointing, but not as bad either. I am kind of disappointed by the fact that you die. Or, no, you can't die, no. I don't really mind games where you can't die, but that's the reason why this game is underrated. So yeah, there you have it. Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2. Now, I own both these games, and I don't even understand why they made Mario Galaxy 2 when Mario Galaxy was pretty much a bit of a conclusion to itself. Unfortunately, Mario Galaxy is a lot much harder than Mario Galaxy 2, in my opinion, because 1, there are stars that you have to get in order to complete the whole game. 2, The Shadow Mario races. Yeah, I fucking hate those. 3, the green stars. You gotta collect those after you beat the final boss. At least once again. And then when you beat the final boss again, you're gonna get a special ending. I pretty much beat Super Mario Galaxy 2. But I have been striving to beat Mario Galaxy 1. It is so hard. But other than that, these two are pretty awesome platformers. The orchestra is actually pretty nice too. The Blob. Now, I already critiqued on the second game, and I know it's the same as the sequel, so I'm not going to worry about this one too much. But other than that, the controls are okay for this one. But not as good as a sequel on the Wii. Okay, now Super Paper Mario. Now, this one was critiqued as one of the weakest in this series. Yeah. I played the second Paper Mario game, and from the looks of this game, I was kind of disappointed with this one. And yeah, people have said the game itself was a huge fucking disappointment. But other than that, the game is actually okay. You can play with 4 different characters. I even found Count Black to be cool. But the only thing this game suffers from is too much text. Yeah, they literally talk so much. And yeah, that's my only complaint with this game. And the other thing about this game is the boss battles. Everything else isn't really the same as well. As well as the bosses. But other than that, if you think Super Paper Mario as a Castlevania Symphony of the Night clone, you might find this enjoyable. Not that bad, but it's kind of disappointing. Rayman Raving Rabbits. Yeah, this one was pretty much hated by people who love the Rayman series. I personally only have Rayman 3D, Rayman Origins, and this one. But other than that, this one's actually a lot more fun than the later Rabbids games after Raving Rabbids 2. I really don't like this idea. I never really grew up with the Rayman games, but this one's actually kind of fun. Not bad. Pretty decent minigames, as well as some shit bombs as well. Yeah. Toy Story 3. Now, intentionally, this one happens to be a kid's game. But it's actually kind of nice, actually. The game is a huge improvement over the second Toy Story.
Mom's vacuuming and we're gonna go, probably.
Okay. Yeah, Toy Story 3, based on the best movie ever made, this game actually pulled it off very flawlessly. Decent graphics, decent gameplay,
Not really.
as well as a toy box mode. Yeah, I actually find the toy box mode to be a lot more enjoyable than the story mode itself.
Don't buy this game, it sucks.
Dude, go away.
It sucks.
It's a kid's game.
If you have a little kid, then buy it. And what's this?
Rayman Origins.
Mario Party 8? What is this?
Fairly decent game. It has that perfect cartoon feel to it, just like the first game. As you can see, developed by Ubisoft. But other than that, Rayman Origins, I don't have to critique too much on this one. It's awesome overall.
Because he's done reviews on it.
Boom Blocks. From the critique on the sequel, yeah, this one actually is a lot of fun as well.
Build it, destroy it, there you go.
Yeah. So, moving on. Super Mario Bros. Wii. This is very fun. But one problem, it's all too easy.
Yes.
Yeah, everything is a little too easy about this game, but there are some hard parts about the game that make it so hard.
Bosses?
No, the secret areas. Yeah, this is a fairly decent Mario game. A perfect sequel to the DS game as well. Moving on. Skyward Sword. I don't have to, critique on this one. The name of the title says it all. Just fucking awesome. I love the visuals, I love the music, I love the bosses, I love everything. But there were some parts that kind of lacked some challenge. But the best part about this game, the gold. Look at the case, it's all made out of gold. Yeah, okay. That's enough. And last but not least, Mario Party 8. Yeah, this one I kind of felt a little interested in, but afterwards I really had no interest in this game at all. I mean, it really didn't appeal to me that much as the last 3 games I have. And yeah, this one gets some negative reviews. And I can personally agree with the fact that there were some games that consisted of you to waggle the Wii remote so much. But other than that, Mario Party 8, you might want to pass on. You might pass on this one. Not that appealing to me at all. But it's not the worst. Now, like I mentioned, I am going to show you my N64 collection, but be warned, I have a small collection. So, hold on to your butts. It's N64! Sorry.
You have no games for the N64.
Well, just barely.
Okay. 9 games.
I actually have 10 games, actually. Especially up here.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Okay. Dr. Mario. Fun Tetris clone. But I suck at it. I fucking suck at this game.
I don't even know how it plays.
It's like Tetris. It's a puzzle game, dude. You have to match the colors of the... whatever. F-Zero X. Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome, fast-paced racing game. As the F-Zero series should be. Yeah. I always do that sound a lot. Sorry. Other than that, very fast-paced, very fun, awesome game if you have a friend to play it.
Zelda the original.
Zelda Ocarina of Time. I played the whole game and it's awesome, actually. I actually find Skyward Sword to be better than this one. But other than that, this game is really great. Decent music, great graphics for the time, and yeah, I know the N64 is really old, but hey, it's a gaming system from the 90s, so you can't critique on it too much. Moving on. Kirby 64. Now, this one, I actually like a lot much more than the recent Kirby games after this one. And at least it's the same exact gameplay as everyone expected it to be. A 2D side-scroller. Fortunately, I find this one to be superior than the other Kirby games before this one. So, yeah.
This is our only yellow colored game.
Yes, Donkey Kong 64 by Rareware. Now, some people don't like this game very much.
You get guns that shoot peanuts, I think.
Yeah, you get guns that shoots a bunch of food.
But they're made out of
Wood.
yeah.
But I actually enjoy this game a lot for what it is. I mean, it was the Ape's first jump to 3D, much like Mario and Zelda, but hey, I wouldn't bash this game at all, even if someone were to be negative about it. Some people have said this wasn't a Donkey Kong game, but personally, I think it is. It's a good game, but kinda underrated. Mario Kart 64.
I forget how that goes.
Now, this one actually happens to be very fun. I only have the Mario Karts from this to Mario Kart 7. I don't own the Super Nintendo game because I don't have a Super Nintendo or a Hyperkin Retron 3, which I'm probably planning to buy sometime.
What the hell's a Genron?
Huh?
Or whatever you just said.
Never mind. Other than that, this game is actually okay. It's the same as the other Mario Kart games. Moving on.
Star Fox.
Star Fox 64. Yeah, very fun game. I love it. It's fast paced but not as much as F-Zero. I really love the concept of this game. The story, as well as the arcade flying stages. It's actually pretty awesome. In fact, I actually find Assault to be far more superior than Adventures and this one, as well as the Super Nintendo game. But this is an okay game. It's awesome, and I wish there would be a Star Fox Wii.
I'm just curious how Fox still isn't fat yet. He's staying in his ship
They don't change.
forever. It's kind of weird. Only black.
WrestleMania 64
Only black
2000.
covered. Only black covered.
Now, this game is awesome. The controls are fluent, the gameplay is solid, the graphics are alright. But, hey, it's from THQ, and the games have been made a lot. But this one actually happens to be the best in the WrestleMania series.
I wonder where we got it.
Yeah, I actually didn't buy this one, I found it lying around in my house.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You
I
did.
found this lying around in our house. I don't know where, but I believe it was in the basement.
And this is our only rated T game for the Nintendo 64.
Yes, I can totally agree.
Which is kind of embarrassing.
Super Mario 64. Now, yeah, I find Mario 64 to be fun because it's got nice, decent graphics, nice music, and some pretty nice boss battles as well. Nothing special, but it's a good game. If you want a 3D Mario game. There's also a DS remake of this game on the DS. So I would at least say I think the remake is more superior to this version because you get more out of that game than this. So, last but not least, Yoshi's Story. Now, I love the Yoshi story. It's very fun. It was actually a really decent game. I mean, for real, it was one of the best Yoshi games out there. I'm not really all that appealed to the other Yoshi games after this one. But, hey, I can at least say the Yoshi's Island DS game was okay. It was the same as the first Yoshi's Island game. But other than that, Yoshi's Story, fun game, pretty cute. I think I would consider this one a bit of a kid's game because of how it looks. But that's not true. Okay, so that is my Nintendo collection. And you also did know the fact that I have a Wii, as well as a Nintendo 64. Well, 2 of them to be exact. This one is a Pikachu blue and yellow one. And this one is a, well, just a green transparent one. Okay, well, that's my Nintendo collection. I did have some other games that were... I pretty much did have some other games, but I pretty much sold them to GameStop because we didn't play them too much anymore. But other than that, this is my collection of all the Nintendo games that I have. Yes, I have a small Nintendo 64 collection, but other than that, this is my collection. Alright, see you later.